Happy New Year, everyone, and surprise, surprise. For all of my tarot lovers out there, I decided to create the tarot segment of the full moon in Cancer video as its own separate video. I just uploaded the astrology video connected to the full moon in Cancer the other day, so you can check that out. And here we're going to be looking at the energies, gaining additional insights, wisdom teachings, channeled messages through the tarot. If you love the tarot as its own separate video, let me know in the comments below. And if so, I will definitely keep this going from this point forward. Before we begin, I want to send some prayers up for all of the people who are negatively impacted by the tragic fires that are happening in LA right now. If you care to join me, just take a moment here to send your prayers up. Prayers matter. When we come together and pray in groups, it strengthens the energy of the prayer. And so my prayer is that the fires can begin to be contained, and that for all of the wildlife and the people negatively impacted, that they all find their way to safety and harmony once again. Aho. Begin with some sacred space. Just wafting some sage here. There's a little bit of sage for you. Take a moment, settle in, tune in. I'm using my Light Seers Tarot today, and we're going to go ahead and do this reading for the collective. And this is giving us some additional intuitive insights, wisdom teachings, channeled guidance as a companion to the astrology video that I just uploaded the other day. I'll go ahead and link that up here so you can check that out. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to select 5 cards because I'm doing this 5-card spread. That's one of my favorite spreads, and I'll explain it along the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're actually going to start by taking a look at a bonus card. When I do readings with clients, after the cards are selected, which I typically have the clients select the cards themselves, I always start by looking at the card that showed up at the bottom of the deck as an unconscious undercurrent energy that is influencing and supporting us. So this is, again, collectively, and it's the 8 of Wands, and it did appear reversed. And so for those of you who are learning tarot, this can be a really great teaching tool for you as well. The 8 of Wands is the energy of new momentum in our life. It's growth, it's expansion. It relates to the element of fire, as the suit of Wands does, which in and of itself is connected to expansion, purification, igniting our sense of passions, enthusiasms. So when this card comes up reversed, the growth momentum is happening internally, which of course is very much a match to some of the things I talked about that came up in the astrology video. So collectively, this is a time for all of us of tuning inward. Connect with your inner light, connect with your inner fire, your inner flame of passion, enthusiasm, and let that be what you're tending to metaphorically in regard to your inner growth. We are in the winter season right now, and winter is the time of going within, nesting, healing, tending to our self-care. And this is a time where ultimately, whatever New Year intentions you're mulling over in your awareness, that's the metaphoric fire that we want to be tending to right now, nurturing, allowing to grow. Doing that now ultimately will mean that we have a manifested expression of that growth as we come into summer, because the Suit of Wands relates to summer. And let's see what else wants to come up here. So the first card I'm looking at is indicating what is the collective external manifestation. How are these energies that are connected to the full moon happening in Cancer materializing in the 3D world of form? Now, I'm just going to say here, I'm not going to talk a lot about the astrology because I have a whole separate astrology video that you can check out. But Cancer is a water sign, and it has to do with self-nurturing, emotional healing. It's our inner private life. It's our past. It's our ancestral lineage. So these are the themes that are connected to healing work that we're doing now. And so collectively, the energies are manifesting in ways where all of us, in one way or another, are having external 3D situations that are facilitating a metaphoric regeneration. In the Light Seers Tarot, the death card is called the Death and Rebirth card. And that's because ultimately the death card is about rebirth and renewal. All of us collectively are having experiences in our physical world that are either supporting renewal for you or showing you where there's room for growth that is connected to like a personal metaphoric death, rebirth, and renewal. Do you have this coming up in your life right now? Are you noticing that? Let me know in the comments how that's showing up for you. So the next card we're looking at is what's going on internally, collectively. The Four of Cups, also reversed. So here I'm going to say that reversals are not negative or bad, ever. It just changes the dynamics of the insights, the energies, the messages that are coming up. So I love this because, for one, the Suit of Cups represents the element of water. It represents our intuitive self. When the Four of Cups comes up by itself in the right side up position, it can indicate a feeling of blasé, lackluster, feeling uninspired in life, bored. When it comes up reversed, it's a dynamic shift where we can find our focus. We can reconnect, recalibrate in regard to what we do find enthusiasm in, what does ignite our emotional well-being, what does uplift us and bring us into a feeling of being inspired in life. Now, here's an interesting thing that I'm seeing already, numerology-wise. The death card is assigned to the number 13, which in numerology is a 4. 4 is the number of the physical material world. It's the number that represents manifestation. And we have the 4 of Cups. So there's a 4 theme. Even with the 8 is divisible by 4s. 8 is the higher octave of 4. When 8s come in, it represents that complete reversals can happen. For example, if we take this card, where there's been an energy of blasé and lack of inspiration, now there can be a renewed sense of motivation and inspiration, a sense of having a goal to focus on that you're actually excited about. And that's specifically what the renewal is that's coming in here. The next card is saying what's hidden. What's hidden deep within the collective unconscious? The Empress. The Empress card is the energy of self-love, self-care, self-nurturing, which is very connected to this full moon in Cancer themes that we have going on. When I look at this in regard to what's hidden, the channeled guidance that wants to come through is in remembering or choosing to see whatever's going on in your reality right now as somehow giving you an opportunity to recharge, somehow offering soul growth lessons that are connected to embracing your self-love, your self-worth, nurturing yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, and nurturing your goals. If you look deep within this card, you'll see this connection to the moon here, connected to the earth. So we have a full moon connected to the earth. This symbolizes patience in the way that it takes time for the moon to grow full. The Empress card typically is depicted as being pregnant, which also represents gestation cycles. And that's not only literally with physical birthing processes, but the birthing of whatever our personal aims, ambitions, goals, and dreams are. So it's an energy of patiently, lovingly holding space for what you are birthing into being. So all of us are having this collectively. And when we can see and know what's going on the collective energy, of course, we all have our own individual way that it's showing up for us, but we can move through it consciously that beneficially impacts collective awakening of consciousness and awareness. So here's the caution. What's the cautionary energy showing up for all of us? The Nine of Pentacles. So the Nine of Pentacles in and of itself is an energy of fullness of prosperity, abundance, of physical health, well-being. It can indicate literal financial abundance. And when this card comes up, it typically depicts like an activation of this energy. The bird in this card, which looks like a falcon, some type of bird of prey. Birds in the tarot are always messengers. So in the very least, be aware of what your own internal awareness is messaging to you about navigating through your abundance energies, your prosperity energies. I feel intuitively, because it's showing up as the cautionary energy, it's about taking some time to be very deliberate about how you are investing your attention, your energy, your thoughts, your actions in regard to what your abundance prosperity goals are. Again, abundance prosperity is not only financially, prosperity of health and well-being, abundance in the way of an enriching feeling of reward and fulfillment that comes through, really being dropped into your exuberance. The other thing that's coming up when I'm looking at this is a wisdom teaching about manifestation in and of itself. Manifestation is not so much of a practice as much as it is a state of being. And this card depicts this. We have a woman here that has a smile on her face. She's reaching up. So this is like an action that she's doing, The bird that is acting as a messenger is on the pentacle that she's reaching up towards, which to me feels like it's the energy of taking action on what your own internal messages you're getting for yourself, from your heart, from your soul, from spirit, from the higher self. The number 9 represents a completion of a cycle. It feels like, because this is the challenge, the completion that we're looking for might not necessarily be right now the actual full completed manifestation of a particular goal, but a feeling of completion that comes with your own certainty on what you're aiming for and reaching for in life. All of the green in this card also speaks of abundance, prosperity, health, wellness, well-being, richness on all levels, richness of friends, family, good vibes. So you can ask yourself on a personal level, how are these things showing up in your life in a way that feels like it's been somewhat of a challenge? Tell me in the comments. Last card, the Power card. We have another 8, also here with the 8 of Wands. The Empress, by the way, is connected to the number 3, which is fruition. It's the fruits of our efforts come through being patient. I just wanted to mention that because I didn't mention that. So the 8 of Swords reversed. Okay, we're going to take a look at the card right side up. The 8 of Swords in and of itself represents an energy of paralyzing indecision that's rooted in fear and uncertainty, which is why the card is always depicted with a person with a blindfold on and the person is bound up somehow. However, the binds are loose and the person can easily wiggle herself out. This is reflecting. There's a reflection here. You have a person here and then a reflection here. This is reflecting a mindset. Okay, so how would this be showing up as a power card? We have the power to be very conscientious in choosing our train of thought. And there's a wisdom in understanding that. And there's a wisdom in harnessing the power of your intent to choose thoughts that are going to be more aligned with this energy than this energy. Okay, again, when this is right side up, it's that blasé, bored with life type thing. It actually showed up reversed. So the pathway to power comes with making decisions. And that is the essential wisdom teaching that is connected to this card when it comes right side up. So what's the remedy? Making some type of decision so an energy can perpetuate forward and gain a momentum, rather than just stagnating in energetic densities, doing nothing, sort of metaphorically being on the fence. We all have the power to choose, and we have the power to change our mind. If you make a decision to get energy flowing forward in a direction, you want that decision to be coming from a space of mind-body harmony, not your fears. You don't want to make choices connected to your fear. You don't want to let the fear be what makes your choice. You want to let that sense of alignment between your mind, body, spirit. You want to get in this space first and make your choices from there. And the choice can be as simple as, I'm going to choose a new pattern of thought today. I'm going to make it a yes until it's a no. I'm going to look in the direction of possibilities, potentials, rather than focusing on what my mind is telling me are setbacks, obstacles. How do you feel like this is showing up for you? Remember, this is the power card. So the power card, wisdom teaching, message, guidance, is noticing where you've been stagnating and stuck in fear and uncertainty, using the power of your intent to shift out of that, untangle yourself from those energies, muster up some determination here, alchemize your life, rebirth, renewal with new thought patterns. Okay, guys, I hope that was insightful and helpful to you. I'm going to be uploading a video in this format once again for the next new moon that we've got coming up at the end of the month. All my love, guys, blessings, namaste, and I'll see you in the next video.